Well, folks, I've got supplies. I bought all this stuff at the hobby shop today. A lot of just, basic train type stuff. I'll take it all out of the package for you guys. All this stuff cost me a grand total of 20 bucks. But it will hopefully finish up the track work which I need to do. This is a large piece of flexi-track. This is like the equivalent to 4 regular pieces. This was $8, which for a brand new piece was, to me, more economical than buying a whole bunch of other pieces and rail joiners. So, got that, which will maybe go here or there. I'm not really sure yet. Got this road bed. This is the foam road bed. Basically, this is what's going to be going on the straights because this is going to be 3 rails, 3 sets of track. And I just got another one that cover off the odds and ends. And got this cork. Now, basically, some of you guys might remember in one of my last Hobby House hauls, I bought this 22 radius curve. But I felt kind of dumb. I forgot to buy the cork for the curve, and I don't want to use foam because basically my rationale was that the foam is good because it reduces noise because as you can see it squishes quite easily. But I was thinking if you have a really heavy engine going at high speed and it comes into a corner with a squishy surface, I don't want the track tilting. The cork, however, not as sound reductive, but it doesn't squish as easily. So I decided I'm going to do all my curves with the cork and the straights with the foam. That way I get the noise reduction on the straights and the stability on the corners. And so far that strategy has been working out great. So anyways, today we're going to be installing this curve right here and prepping the area for the third track, which is going to go that way. But I don't have the switch yet because they cost a ridiculous amount of money. They're like 30 bucks each. So I'm just going to wait, see if I can find a better deal on that. But there's our cork road bed. And we're going to see there's a rough edge right here, so I'm just going to sand that quickly. Wonderful thing about Dollar Tree there is you can actually buy a lot of things you can use on your model railroad, and it only costs $1. In this case, I bought, I think, 40 sheets of sandpaper for $1 of all different levels of grit. So it starts, I think the lowest grit you get, the roughest is 80, and the highest is 400. So maybe it's 600. I can't remember. It's not the greatest sandpaper, but for applications like this, I find it does a fine job. And that's really all you have to do. We'll now take our wonderful 22 radius second-hand track to try to temporarily complete this curve. Practically in new condition. Now, usually I would change the rail joiners, but these ones actually appear to be in good condition. The way you can tell if a rail joiner is in good shape is if you connect 2 pieces of track together and they hold together tight, then your rail joiners are good. You can see those ones are holding together fine. If they're really wobbly, then that would be a bad sign. But anyways, I'm going to have to cut this one because basically you want to kind of skew your 2 pieces of cork just so that they overlap each other, because if they're the same they can move. It's kind of hard to explain. There's nothing more exact than an X-Acto knife. Just cut right through there. The benefit basically is that you can place the track, the road bed, so that way it, you see, the previous piece holds the new piece, and it will just allow your track laying to be a tiny bit more accurate. The more accurate it can be, the better everything will turn out. I'll start by, I guess, putting together a few pieces of track. And just vaguely laying them over the road bed here. Fantastic strategy the guy at the hobby shop taught me. I think I talked about it in a previous video. The way you line up your road bed so that it's centered is you just get your spikes to go right between the two pieces of the road bed, and then you know that your road bed is perfectly aligned with your truck. So just go along here, obviously check to make sure your rail joiners are aligned. And we need to pull in this piece a little bit. Some rail joiners out here. I think I also said in a previous video, but I'll say it again. I find pliers with Homosoda actually work quite well as a way to put in the spikes, because hammers will create vibration on your table and they'll just cause things to get out of place, which is not something you want. Now we've run into a little problem here. As you can see, the foam road bed is below the cork road bed. Obviously this is a very easy fix. We just need to take our X-Acto knife here, cut to the middle. With this foam road bed, it does actually have a line on the bottom, so you can cut down that with just a little effort. It will come apart. There is a pretty strong chance I might have to redo this part because, again, I am going to be putting a curved switch there, and the radius of the switch may be different from the radius of the curves. So if that's the case, I'm going to have to reline a little bit of this road bed, which, as long as I don't have to cut the cork, the foam road bed is very easy to add and take away on, so it's really not a problem. But just as a temporary procedural, just put this in place. On this particular region, we're going to be putting down the foam road bed for our third track. In a future video, I'm going to have to explain exactly why I decided it'd be a good idea to add a third track, because the explanation probably needs a small diagram to explain it. But yeah, that's going to be where the right-of-way is going to go. And one of the things I forgot to show you guys when I was unboxing all the stuff is that I also got this switch right here. This thing was only about $5. It was so cheap because somebody clipped the thing off, no problem, because I want to put a switch machine on it anyways. But yeah, nickel silver, so it's not one of these old ones. So that's a good benefit. And that's going to be going on this track. So yeah, basically this inner track is going to be headed outwards. It's going to somehow link up to that. And it's also going to, and then this inner track, the third track is just going to turn off here. So the road bed is actually going to, it's going to kind of curve that way. So that's how that's all going to go together. Folks, to be honest, I think I'm going to call it a wrap here because I'm not really sure what to do with this long piece of track. I'm not sure where I want to put that optimally. It might actually go on the outside, and I still need to buy the extra switches and stuff like that. But it's a step in the right direction, and I'm quite impressed with how this curve turned out. So thank you guys for watching, and see you all in the next video.